Let us see how to create location types, that is planes. First, let us see how to create different location types. First, we will take the entity planes. For planes, when you click on the icon of planes, this particular details of planes panel or dialog box opens up. In that first section is methods, under which we have the creating a YZ plane, creating a XZ plane, creating a XY plane, points by using points and planes by using points and normal method, and 3 points method. You can select any of the methods and input the details. There's another tab called as rendering, in which we can select the transparency, the drawing mode, what sort of shading should be required, whether there is lighting that is necessary, whether we have to show mesh lines along with the plane. So this is a sort of a plane that we have created, and if we display mesh along with the plane, this is the sort of display that we can view. Next, we will take up points. For points, you have to click on the points icon, then the points dialog box opens up. First tab in that is geometry, and in that we have to select different methods. Currently, we have selected the XYZ method, which means we have to input the XYZ coordinates, and a point is created. For lines, again, after clicking on lines icon, the lines dialog box opens up, in which the first tab is of geometry or creation. We select the methods, we select the first point, second point, because you have selected 2 points method, and then the line is created as shown in the figure. Again, there are rendering and view tabs in both points and planes. Next entity is polyline. For that, we click on polyline icon and the polyline dialog box opens up. We have the geometry tab as the first tab in that, and in which we have 3 methods: from file, from boundary intersection, and from contours. So if we select from boundary intersection, a polyline is created by joining all the intersection points of boundary. So we have this first point, this second point, third point, fourth point, fifth point, and sixth point, and the polyline is created by joining all these lines, all these points. Also, the second method, that is from contour, creates, if we have already displayed a contour, it will create a line from contour as shown here. And we have to denote the contour level also, which we have to select, because there are different levels. There are different levels as seen here. So we have selected the second level, which means this particular level. Next entity that we are going to see is volumes. For volumes, when we click on volumes icon, the volumes dialog box opens up. First tab is geometry, and in that we have to select what type of elements of mesh are to be included in the volume. Then the method of the volume and the variable for which we are creating a volume, or from which we are creating a volume. When we select that, if we select iso volume of pressures, then it will join all the pressure elements or mesh elements which are having pressure as 5 pascals and can prepare a volume out of that. So all these mesh elements are having pressure as 5 pascal. They have been joined and a volume is defined. Similarly, isosurface is a surface of constant variable. So if we define isosurface of constant pressure as 50 pascals, all the surface elements which are having 50 pascal pressures will be joined together, and a surface will be created as shown here. Next entity we are going to study is surface of revolution. In that, again, when we click on the icon of surface of revolution, we have the geometry tab as the first tab in the dialog box. Here we are selecting cylinder as the method. We are defining points of the cylinder and the number of samples which are to be included in the surface of revolution. What it does is that it will create a surface of revolution along by considering these 2 points, and it will define an axis, and it will define the number of samples or number of surface samples which are to be included in this particular surface of revolution.